In this video, I'm going to give you some background on what is cost function. So the C stands for cost, and this is function notation, and revenue function, where R is the revenue. Now, if you're not familiar with these words, this is money that you take in as you sell something, and this is money that it costs you to produce something. So they're saying they'd like you to find the number of units, which are the X values, that must be sold to break even. Now, if we were to graph this, we'd start off, if we didn't sell anything, the line would look like so. As you sold things, you kept getting more and more revenue. Now, the cost, as we look at the cost, there are some fixed fees here, which let's say are about there on the line. That's your y-intercept. But now, as you produce these things, the lines are going to go like so. Now, at this particular point right here, the revenue and the cost would be the same. This is called the break-even point. So, for background, they're asking in this particular case, what would be that break-even point? And how do you solve it? So we often say that you could substitute the letter Y for function. So in a sense we're saying Y is this and Y is that. So we're saying now Y equals Y. So now we solve this equation, subtract this from both sides, and we get 0.2x equals 3200. Divide both sides by 0.2, and we get x equals 16,000. So the question is, how many of these units, X, must you sell to break even? And in this case, it would be 16,000. And if we put 16,000 in, you see we have it correct. Now, a modification of this type of example might be where they are asking, what would the profit be? So this is the cost function, revenue function, and now we're introducing profit function. Well, the formula for profit is, what is your revenue if you subtract cost? That is the profit formula. So profit is equal to revenue minus the cost. And they are giving you these two formulas. So substituting our revenue, 1.4x, subtracting the cost. Now here we have to put it in parentheses because this is a sum in a sense. And now we clear parentheses. That would be 1.4x minus 1.2, and I forgot to put the x there, x. Now notice, this now becomes a negative 3200. So we do our subtraction here, and our answer then would be 0.2x minus 3200. Now, as we build up this number of x, with a certain number of products sold, and we know if we put in there 1,600, it would cancel us out. So when would you start making a profit? Well, it would have to be more than 1,600. I'm sorry, 16,000. Gotta watch your zeros. Now, often they'll give you a value of what is your profit if you sold 700 units. Well, you would put the 700 for this X, or you could just put the 700 right there, because you determine what your profit is by solving this sort of generic equation here. Okay, a little bit of background, and this is something we hadn't stressed, and you may run into it.